Okay, welcome to the Essential Intel Teach 2015. My name is Luan, and today I'll tell you some main points in my portfolio. My assigned unit is Unit 3, Happy Holidays. Now let's move on to the first part. The first part is the organization of my portfolio. There are 5 main folders: the assessments, the student sample, student support, teachers support, and unit plan. In the assessments, I include lots of assessment exercises and guidance to judge the students during and throughout the learning and teaching process. In student sample, I include samples for a student to complete the exercise they are given. In student support, I include the material for Unit 3 and some extra reading passage to enhance their reading skill. In the teacher support, I facilitate teacher with material needed to teach Unit 3, which include vocab, topics for writing, and the teacher book file for Unit 3. In the unit plan, I include the plan for teaching Happy Holidays. Okay, so I will keep explaining during my process of introducing. Now let's move to unit overview. A quick glance to unit overview. As you can see, I fabricate the situation where I was assigned to teach in a school whose class lasts for 60 minutes, and students and teachers can agree on the day of starting a lesson. So I choose to start the unit on Sunday because nearest the Sunday because of the field trips. Okay, so I will be teaching grade 9 advanced. I require 5 60-minute class sessions in approximately 3 weeks. And about the standards, I choose B2 European standards because it is also the standards in accordance with the FCE test. I also make up the situation of my main focus in the course is on writing and reading skill. Hence, many focuses in the form of exercises, assessments, and samples in my unit plan, but there are also a little bit of speaking exercises, which the most striking one is the field trip. Okay, so now let's talk a bit about the proof. Okay, so as you can see throughout the unit plan, you can see the example of writing, include journal, the topics for the last day's writing, and the criteria for writing. Now let's take a look at the elaborate procedures on how to teach the unit. Now as you can see here, I mentioned a visitor water park for the field trip, but later below I say local place. What this means is that you can choose whatever place you would like, most suitable, most convenient. In my case, the water park near my school, as long as it retain the following requirements. The first one is have to be a tourist destination to facilitate or to be in accordance with the topic. The next one is that the place have to have the surroundings suitable for the students. By suitable here, I mean that it must be free of harm. And other thing is that it must suitable for supervision. As you know that safety is considered to be the most essential thing when doing field trips for students of lower grades. Now let's talk a quick and detailed look at the sample of the questionnaire or the interview for the field trip. Now, as you can see right here, we have the sample questionnaire. Okay, so the students can do it either way. The first way which is less advisable, is that the student will make handouts and ask the tourists, which they are assigned to do a written questionnaire. By doing this way, they of course will gather data faster. But however, the data will not be as reliable as the second way. In the second way, I suggest that the student use a camera to record the interview between one of the students and the tourist, provided that I have asked the tourist permission for doing an interview first. Okay, so the second way is much better, more reliable, and the data will be validable. Okay, so now let's move to the next part, the journal. Okay, so before I tell you on how to provoke writing skills and remind students of writing and reading throughout the course, please take a look at the sample journal I provide in the portfolio. Okay, so in the sample journal, I include a organization of how to write a journal for the students who forgot or who haven't learned to write a journal yet. I also include a sample journal from a study skill class. The students can imitate the organization of the journal and put their ideas, their situation into paper. Now let's move back on how to make sure that students are reminded throughout the course of the writing tasks. Okay, so for day 2, 3, 4, and 5, you have to keep reminding students to write a study journal of approximately 450 words about the topic of holidays. And you collect the journals and you bring them home and you score them based on the journal marking criteria in the assessments folder. Okay, so by reminding the students to write journal, you are helping them. Or you can put it this way, you can show the students what are the benefits of keeping a journal, a study journal. What will they gain by writing study journal? Okay, so now let's take a quick look at the topics for our last day writing. Okay, so I include in my portfolio a variety of topics for a teacher to choose from. I include 31 topics on the topic of holiday. Okay, so the teacher can do it either way. The first way is that the teacher will not inform them of the topics and will give them randomly 3 topics for them to choose from and write the essay. The second way is that the teacher informs the students of 31 topics, make handout, photocopy them, and hand it out. And then on the writing day, the teacher will choose from one of the 31 to let the student do their writing task, which accounts for a portion of the score. By doing either way, the teacher can enhance the student writing skill about the topic of holiday, which is one of the 14 topics in the FCE test. Okay, so now for the last part, I would like you to take a look at the extra reading. So you do not need to use exactly my reading. You can find many of the reading on the topic of holidays throughout FCE's textbooks and course books. My readings comes from Cambridge FCE about the topic of holiday. As you can see, this is a reading comprehension exercise. You can do other exercises like written answers or fill in the blank in such paragraph and sentences. Okay, so this is also the end of my presentation.